we've done some of that in the past. I'm sure it's with some of you in the room, you probably heard this. We did a Dragon's Den kind of concept, right? Beyond IT with the business, because everybody has a way to fix, and a lot of the frontline solutions are frontline people can fix the solution. They know what to do. Sometimes they're a bit myopic in their view, and they need to step back. But managing, once you open up, it does empower people. People get really excited, but you have to really commit to addressing them. And then when everybody in this room comes up with a great idea and they're not all great, how do you not disenfranchise people, but tell them that we're not going to move forward with this? And how do you then incent people? Some of it's just accolades. Some people want to have their names spread out in front of a town hall. Some are terrified of that and hate it, and you find out really quickly if you do that. You'll have people in your office, and then opposite. So finding ways to make sure if there's a financial benefit, that some kind of compensation tied to it, all that. But if you don't deal with all the ideas that come in, and they'll come in fast. If you start to open up, if you've got a good culture, you've got to really it takes a lot of our time.
Dragon's Den. And it was a three-phase program. First, you do a video contribution for all employees, 5-minute video on your pitch. What was your idea? And it could be anything, right? It could be completely out of our industry. It could be about something that you're doing in your department or your team that you want to make better. It was just a forum to get ideas. We had 500 ideas that came out of that, right? Video, and our CEO was just like blown away. He did not expect that. He was expecting maybe 15, 20 ideas that come out of this. So phase 2 was the board and the executives selected, I think it was 20. They paired them up with mentors within the organization, and then they basically said, build a 5-page business plan. And that was this phase 2. And then they went through that sort of vetting process, and then they had a third phase, which they actually spent a month building a fleshed out business plan for all of these ideas. Out of this process, we had a new department created called New Ventures, and we hired a VP of New Ventures. The VP of New Ventures, that group, the innovation group, they effectively now operate as a startup in our company. They don't really have a lot of oversight, which is kind of cool.
You want a culture that from an engagement perspective and in terms of continuous improvement and discretionary effort that allows for these things to incubate. But they do take time, and they're often skunkworks type initiatives. And so at what point do you say, okay, let's take that and actually put a business case around it? And so the Dragon's Den approach is interesting because it obviously puts a little bit of a framework to that and a little bit of fun to it as well. So.
Yeah, you market the heck out of it. It's actually a pretty empowering thing, as long as you follow through, because it could create a backlash if all of a sudden I submitted all my ideas, I haven't heard anything in 2 months.
We do have programs that are all about how do we spark innovation within organizations. And for me, the aha moments have been when you bring in senior leadership, when you bring in middle management, and you bring in the people that actually do the work, how bringing IT and everybody into the same room, the stakeholders, if you will, how eye-opening it is for everybody in the room. That I've had IT go, I can't believe this is causing so much pain to the business. It's something that they just did that was a throwaway or didn't feel needed to be fixed, yet when they got them in the room with the business is like, this is our major pain point.
This is a great forum. So when you say about how do you get ideas, there's a lot of these roundtables in Calgary, and as you continue to go to these, you get trusted relationships going. Like instead of Gartner, I'll go to Dave, for example. They got a similar shop, and I'll ask him, and I'll trust his opinion versus some research about something. I think what is lacking, and it's our challenge as leaders, is to try to get these type of roundtables for our next set of leaders.